إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستعينه ونستنصره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صفيه وخليله بعثه الله هاديا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا، فبلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. أما بعد، أيها الإخوة المؤمنون، أيتها الأخوات المؤمنات، جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وقال له: قل لي في الإسلام قولا لا أسأل أحدا غيرك، أو لا أسأل عنه أحدا غيرك. قل لي في الإسلام شيئا مهما وحتى أنا أتبعه لا أسأل بعدك أي أحد عن هذا السؤال أو بمثل هذا السؤال. فقال له النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم جملة مقتضبة صغيرة ولكن فيها معان كثيرة. قال له: قل آمنت بالله ثم استقم. قل آمنت بالله ثم استقم. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: شيبتني هود. فسألوه: ما الذي شيبك في هود، في سورة هود؟ ما الذي شيبك؟ شيبتني هود. قال: ما الذي شيبك في هود؟ قال: قوله تعالى: استقم كما أمرت أنت ومن معك. Dear brothers and sisters, a man came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he told him that I want to ask you a question that I would not ask anyone else. So only I'm going to ask you and I'm not going to ask anyone else. I want you to give me an advice, a lesson that I would not ask anyone else. The Prophet ﷺ, he realized that this man asking for something huge, for something so important. And the Prophet ﷺ, with the small question, he answered him with the small answer. He said to him in a very small sentence, he said, say, I believe in Allah and be straight. Say, I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be straight. Saying, I believe in Allah, it has to have a proof. The proof of saying it, I believe in Allah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, it has to have a proof. The proof, be straight. And the Prophet ﷺ, that he said once, he said, my hair turned gray because of Surah Hud. Hud, that turned my hair gray. And they asked him, what the things that make your hair, what is the thing that made you, your gray hair gray? He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me, be straight, you and the people following you. Brothers and sisters, this is Islam. Simply, this is Islam. When we stand up in the salah and we read al-Fatiha, you know how many times we repeat Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim? You know how many times? In each rak'ah that we read, we say Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Guide us to the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Guide us to the Islam. And not only that, Mustaqim, to be straight. You know what to be straight is? That your eyes to be straight. Your ears to be straight. Your mind to be straight. Your foot to be straight. Your heart to be straight. And it is not easy. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, Shayyabatni Hud. Hud was the most verse in the Quran that's turned my hair gray. Because it is something that requires a lot of effort. And therefore we cannot do it alone. We cannot be on Sirat al-Mustaqim alone. We ask guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need help. We need help. Can you maintain your eyes to be straight all the time? It's very difficult. Can you maintain your tongue to be straight all the time? It's very difficult. Can you maintain your ear to be straight all the time? It's very difficult. Then you need the help and special help. And the one who can help you in this difficult task is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. then istiqamah, straightness, is something so important. Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah, in his book, in his wonderful book, he wrote a book called مدارج السالكين بين إياك ونعبد وإياك نستعين. مدارج السالكين بين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. And this book explaining al-Fatiha, in 3 volumes. Imam Ibn al-Qayyim explaining al-Fatiha in 3 volumes. He said when he passed by Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, he said, there is 2 sirats. One sirat mustaqim in this dunya, as well as you maintain it here, and you are straight here, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have another path in the day of judgment, sirat al-mustaqim, that all people will pass over it. And some people will pass like lightning, like a barq. Some people will pass like wind. Some people will pass over this sirat al-mustaqim like a horse. Some people will be running. Some people will be walking. Some people will be walking with difficulty. Some people will be crawling. And even some people will be really going very, very difficult way to reach there. And one of them, he said, on the sirat, Ya Allah, لماذا أبطأت بي? Why Allah, you made me so slow passing the sirat? Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you made me so slow to pass the sirat? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer him. He said, لَقَدْ أَبْطَأَ بِكَ عَمَلُكَ. The things that make you slow is your deeds. Ibn al-Qayyim, he said, the way that you passed there, it is reflection on your way here. For those who maintain Sirat al-Mustaqim here, they were straight on the right path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here in this dunya, they will pass like wind, like lightning in the day of judgment, very fast. And they won't be in this Sirat, the bridge, in the day of judgment, the fire is under it. Fire and the bridge to Jannah. And imagine this fire and bridge to Jannah, some people passing like lightning, some people passing like wind. He's saying that this is the Sirat al-Mustaqim that we seek Allah's help in this dunya. As far as you maintain it, as far as you on the straight path, then your walking over there will be smooth and easy. And if it's not, that's because the deeds you did not accomplish. So it's very important, brothers and sisters, when we say Ibn Abbas said the most difficult surah and verse was revealed to the Prophet Istaqim kama umirt. Most difficult verse. Istaqim kama umirt. Be straight as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you to be. And when we live in this time, to maintain that, it will be more difficult. Because as the Prophet ﷺ said, poverty is not something that I'm worried about. He's not worried about poverty. He's worried about dunya. When the dunya opened the gates, when this life opened its gate to you, that you will compete in it. You will compete in this dunya, and it will destroy you as it destroyed the people before you. And therefore, when you see people today, the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sirat, we ask Allah, Ihdina sirat al-Mustaqim, Ihdina sirat al-Mustaqim, Ihdina sirat al-Mustaqim. In every rak'ah, when we read Surah Al-Fatiha, and Surah Al-Fatiha, by the way, it is combining of the whole Quran, it's a combination of the whole Quran. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is the opening chapter of the Quran. And it's called Al-Fatiha, and it's called Kitab. What is the Kitab? The mother of the book. Because in it, the mother of the book, in it, there is all the things. Then to maintain Sirat al-Mustaqim in this difficult time, it's very, very, very difficult. How you're dealing with your wife. How your wife dealing with you. Where is the straightness there? Where is the straightness when you raise your kids? Where are they? Are your kids on the Sirat al-Mustaqim? Are your daughters on the Sirat al-Mustaqim? Are your sons on the Sirat al-Mustaqim? Is your wife on Sirat al-Mustaqim? Are you on Sirat al-Mustaqim? So that's need a question, and this question need to be answered. When this man came to the Prophet ﷺ, he wanted to be asked to ask a question that he will not ask anyone else, and we're doing the same thing. And the Prophet ﷺ answering us with the same question. Amantu billah. Say, I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you're buying and selling, where is the straightness there? When you buy and sell, where is the straightness? Where is the straightness when you talk? Where is it? Then, when you have this monitoring, path, and you want to follow this path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you always maintain it, you will be assured that passing there will be very easy and very simple. Brothers and sisters, we're living in very, very difficult times. The internet, TVs, movies, magazines, even the education system that as we talked last Friday, even the education system for our kids, it's drive us in an unstraight way. No straightness. And therefore, we need to double our efforts. Brothers and sisters, remember that the Prophet ﷺ said, there will be people after me, they believe in me, and they have great reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are my ahbab. They are my ahbab. They are my beloved one. They told him, we are your ahbab. He said, you are my ashab. You are my companion. Why is the companion? Because the companions see me and see the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala coming over them. So their beliefs, it will be much easier because they see all these miracles that the Prophet ﷺ came with. But he said, there will be a beloved one to me, ahbabi, that they believed in me and they did not see me. Your ahbab, Rasulullah ﷺ. But what is the ahbab? He said, the action of one of them will be better than 50 of you. But how? Straightness, brothers and sisters. How it is difficult. Wallahi, I'm telling you, scholars, ulama, fuqaha, mufassirin, name it. They were trying as much as they can to maintain Salat al-Mustaqim. It's very difficult. We're living in a time where there is many silats. Prophet ﷺ once, he draw lines, and he drew one straight line. He drew one straight line, and he draw many lines. He said, لا تتبعوا السبل فتفرق بكم عن سبيلي. The symbol of Shaitan, look at this, how many lines he draw. And the Prophet ﷺ, Sadiq, when he says something, he's a Sadiq, he's a truthful. He said, he draw many lines. And this is, we see it today. We see the money fitna. We see the woman fitna. We see the luxury fitna. We see the kids fitna. We see our daughters and sons fitna. We see the education system fitna. We see the fitna of the internet, the fitna of the TV, the fitna after fitna. It's really weakened our iman. Amantu billah. Where is amantu billah? If you're amantu billah, then you have to be mustaqim. You have to maintain the istiqamah. So brothers and sisters, istiqamah is something deep, and it's something very important, and it's something that we have to watch it wherever we are. Wherever we are. Now, a brother called me, and he said, my wife did something bad to me, and I responded very bad as well. I said, this is wrong. Because the istiqamah tells us, if someone facing you with harm, you don't face him with the same way, because istiqamah stop you from doing it. Istiqamah when you pray, when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, when you leave the prayer, you would not treat people the same way they treat you. You treat the people as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to treat them. You treat people not as you like. We don't do what we like. We don't do what we have to do, what is right. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us and teach us the way of istiqamah in all manners, in all attitudes. So brothers and sisters, we need to hold back on ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Don't treat it as passing through. No, it's not something that easy. Prophet ﷺ was worried. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. This wonderful advice. And he told him, قُلْ لِي فِي الْإِسْلَامِ قَوْلًا فِي الْإِسْلام. As bringing Islam all together. If you want the all Islam together, then be straight. Be straight in all life. Be straight with him. Be straight with the people. Be straight with dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and be straight when dealing with the mankind. This is the two-way of istiqamah. That you're dealing with him, no hypocrisy, and you're dealing with people with no hypocrisy. One face, one tongue, one heart, and one belief. And that will lead you very fast to the Jannah. Inshallah. أستغفرك ربي لا أحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عباد الله اعلموا أن الله قد أمركم بأمر عظيم بدأ به نفسه وسن به على ملائكة عرشه وسلس به على عباده الصالحين فقال عز من قائل إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي الكريم وعلى من سار بهديه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الأربعة أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي واجعلنا اللهم في زمرتهم يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. Brothers and sisters, the home is the first education place that our kids will be learning. Prophet ﷺ said, يولد الإنسان على الفطرة. Insan will be born on nature. What is the fitrah? Fitrah is Islam, is the right path. فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها لا تبديل لخلق الله ذلك الدين القيم. He said about فطرة الدين القيم. So Prophet ﷺ said يولد الإنسان على الفطرة. He did not say يولد الإسلام على الإسلام because فطرة is Islam. ذلك الدين القيم. فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها لا تبديل لخلق الله ذلك الدين القيم أي الفطرة. He said يولد الإنسان على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. ما قال أو يجعلني مسلما إنه على الفطرة على الإسلام. يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. The first place that the kids will be learning is house. How your house is straight. This is when they start learning the straightness. When you're honest, you can't tell your son to pray if you're not praying. He would not pay. You cannot do that, and he cannot take it. He would not take it. You cannot tell your son not to lie if you're lying in front of him. You cannot tell your son to fast if you're not fasting. You cannot tell your son to act in pious way if you're not fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot ask your son to memorize the Quran if you don't know how to read the Quran. This is, I'm sorry to say it, this is a type of teaching that kids hypocrisy. I'm sorry to say it. But our kids, they will see something that the parents acting, and they will see they're teaching something else. Teaching something beautiful, but acting oppositely the wrongdoing. I cannot ask my daughter to wear something that loose if the mother wearing something tight. It can't happen. I cannot ask my son not to have a girlfriend when he's the cause of chatting with a woman. I can't. It can't happen. Straightness. It is something that it is highly needed in this time. That we need to let our kids understand. Istiqamah, it is the most important pillar. If you maintain it, this is first, the proof of your iman in Allah. Second, It is the simple way and easiest way to access Jannah, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, as we have told you, we do have prostate at the rally on 14th of April. So we ask you, please, we encourage you to attend for no sex education, or what they call it physical and health education. So there is a protest on Victoria Park at 10 a.m. So we encourage you all as well, inshallah, to attend it. And this is part of the status that we're seeking, inshallah. اللهم برحمتك نحدث وعليك نتكل لا تكلنا لأنفسنا طرفة عين واخذ بناصيتنا إلى الخير. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ونعوذ بك من الشر كله عاجله وآجله. اللهم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. ربنا اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار. اللهم إنا نسألك ربنا أن تجعلنا من أهل الجنة. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يعبرون على الصراط مر البر. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يمرون على الصراط مر البر. اللهم تجاوز عنا وعن خطايانا. اللهم إنا إن عصيناك فلا نعصيك جحودا بك أو إنكارا لوجودك، إنما نعصيك ضعفا من أنفسنا وتقصيرا منها، فاجبر ضعفنا وتقصيرنا برحمتك وبعفوك وبكرمك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم وثبتنا على الصراط المستقيم. اللهم ثبت شبابنا على الصراط المستقيم، ثبت بناتنا على الصراط المستقيم. اللهم وأبعد عنهم طريق الغواية وابعد عنهم طريق الضلالة وطرق الضلالة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إن الفتن قد كثرت. اللهم إن الفتن قد كثرت ولا ملجأ منك إلا إليك. اللهم فاعلنا على أن نتخطى هذه الفتن بقوة إيمان وبصبر وبثبات يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم ارفع غضبك ومقتك عنا. اللهم أعد الأمن والأمان والسلامة والسلام إلى المسلمين وإلى بلاد المسلمين، وارفع الخراب والدمار عن المسلمين وعن بلاد المسلمين. ألف بين قلوب المسلمين، احقن دماء المسلمين، أعد المسلمين إلى صراطك المستقيم. أعد المسلمين إلى صراطك المستقيم. أعد المسلمين إلى صراطك المستقيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وول أمورنا خيارنا ولا تولي أمورنا شرارنا، واحفظ علينا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وقوموا إلى صلاة